How chief supply chain officers can bring competitive advantage to the business. Well, joining us today to speak about that is Pierfrancesco Manenti from Gartner, where he is a vice president and analyst. Pierre, it's great to see you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Russell.
Pierre, looking at the latest research that you've done there at Gartner, the Future Supply Chain report, you highlighted a significant shift in your view in the role of the supply chain. So walk us through that, just what's happening there in your regard. What do you say?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, over the last few years of hastened disruption, supply chain has been under the spotlight, and chief executive officers have started to see supply chain through different lenses, much less about cost center and more as a critical function to the success of the business. However, what we have measured this year is that as many executives are somehow getting acclimatized to this risk environment, many supply chain are going back to where they were, cost center, just service to the business. But high performance supply chains, those who are exceeding expectation from a number of metrics like customer experience or new product introductions or sustainability, are going to be more as a critical function, more as a board members, right? So, and one of the things that these companies are doing, they are prioritizing what we call commercial innovation. So providing services to their customers so that they can enable their customers, not just making them happy, but helping them achieving their own goals.
And you're saying that this is something that these chief supply chain officers are accomplishing because they now themselves are perhaps members of the C-suite. They are being taken. They have a much more active role in running the company. Is that something that is enabling them in this area?
We are at a crossroad. So on one side, there are high-performance supply chain that are very much aligned to the needs of the business. And you ask your CEO, what is the greatest business priority? They will tell you growing the business, right? So high-performance supply chain do align to that expectation. However, what worries me is that the majority of companies, those who are not exceeding expectation, they are primarily focusing on cost-cutting initiatives, so placing themselves in the back office.
Mm-hmm. Now, you used a term, a very interesting one, commercial innovation. I want you to walk us through that. Let's talk about that role there. Just what do we mean by that? So help us there.
Absolutely. So commercial innovation is not about product innovation, but rather is everything the supply chain can offer above and beyond the products. It's really about enabling customer to get their job done by offering services that helps customer and help growing revenue. Supply chain can help growing the business on one side indirectly by creating supply chain operating models that deliver on the extremes of customer expectations. On the other side, can also directly support revenue by monetizing their excellent supply chain. Right? This company has worked through the years to create very efficient and effective supply chain. Why not selling that capability to third parties?
It's interesting. What you're saying suggests to me that these chief supply chain officers are not just helping their own companies. They're not just bringing efficiencies to their own companies and the various departments there, but they are externally helping their client base, helping their customers do the same thing. Do I have that correct?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You got it. Mm.
I'm curious then about the specifics that one of these chief supply chain officers, how they can specifically support commercial innovation then among their clients. What is it that they need to do? What do they need to bring to bear? What is the toolkit that they need if they're going to be successful in that effort?
Sure. So there are three challenges that are hampering the ability to engage in commercial innovation. First of all, the majority of supply chain are telling us that they are unclear about customer experience. How can you help growing your business if you don't know about customer experience? So it's very important that supply chain leaders do make sure that they invest in providing access to voice of customer information so that the supply chain is fully tuned into what customer needs. The second is the opportunity that I mentioned before, to resell, to sell supply chain capability to third party, right? So you work so hard, why not monetizing that? Third, a big challenge is the majority of supply chain are unable to take decisions accurately and in real time. And that is a big gap as you want to serve multiple customers in a different way. Right? So these are the three things that at least high-performing supply chains are doing to be aligned to the business.
Well, when you think about it, the competitive advantage that we've been talking about is something that it's a continuum. It is both the customer and the supply chain provider. Absolutely vital information that you've just given us here, and thank you so very much for meeting with us.
Thank you very much, Russell, for having me.
It's Pierfrancesco Manenti of Gartner speaking with us today about competitive advantage and what the Chief Supply Chain Officer can do to bring that to your company. Thanks for watching.